This week on Monday, a Fifth Circuit panel, a three-judge panel, appeared to lean in favor of the NAGR challenging the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, ATF, over its classification of force reset triggers, FRTs, as illegal machine guns. This case is National Association for Gun Rights versus Garland, and I'm going to give you an update on it. FRTs are aftermarket accessories that enable semi-automatic weapons to fire a little more rapidly by automatically resetting the trigger after each shot. This allows the shooters to fire a little faster, fire multiple rounds a little quicker, as the trigger moves forward and resets after each shot. That's the key, it resets after each shot. The ATF contends that its testing shows FRTs can achieve firing rates comparable to or exceeding military M16s, which fire 700 to 970 rounds per minute. First off, let's thank the sponsor of the video, Ammo Squared. Guys, Ammo Squared is a budget-friendly way to build your stockpile of ammunition. Tens of thousands of people have already jumped in on this. It's a customizable way for your budget so you can buy as little as a few dollars a month and let it grow over time, or buy a whole bunch all at once so you have it when you need it, like for a class or something. It's truly an automated set-it-and-forget-it ammo purchasing program. You pick your calibers, you set your budget, you select a shipping trigger, and that's it. Ammo builds up over time, and it's delivered automatically when you want it. Think of it as an ammo savings account. There's no minimum to buy, no memberships needed, and no extra fees. Head on over to Ammo Square to start buying ammo in a way that best fits your budget, and tell them I sent you. Let's jump back into this BS. This case is on appeal in the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, the three-judge panel, because NAGR already beat the ATF at the district level in this force reset trigger case, NAGR versus Garland. However, the ATF, under its current leadership, is appealing, and this could change drastically come January 20th, but for now, this is what we're dealing with. And in 2023, the National Association for Gun Rights and several individuals filed a lawsuit against ATF's 2021 decision to broaden the definition of machine gun to include forced reset triggers. I think it was July 23rd, Texas federal court, the district level, ruled that ATF exceeded its authority, and it prompted the Justice Department to appeal, which is where we are right now. Now, when we do get a new Attorney General, it's going to be Pam Bondi, who's not very pro-gun, but we also will have a new head of the ATF who hopefully will be pro-gun, and they can work together and drop the case. So we'll see what happens. But for now, the Justice Department attorney, his name is Brad Hinshelwood. He argued before the panel that the lower court had incorrectly interpreted the Supreme Court ruling in Garland v. Cargill, which was the bump stock case. In Cargill, the court determined that bump stocks, which use a firearm's recoil to achieve rapid firing without requiring the shooter to move their finger, do not meet the statutory definition of machine guns. So neither would FRTs. Hinshelwood contended that the reasoning in Cargill does not apply to force reset triggers, which operate differently and should be classified as machine guns. They operate the exact same way. They use the inertia of the recoil, in this case, to reset the trigger, and in a bump stock case, to actually function the trigger. Same thing. Now, under the National Firearms Act, a machine gun is defined as a firearm capable of firing automatically more than one shot without manual reloading by a single function of the trigger, as well as any part designed to convert a weapon into a machine gun. Hinshelwood emphasized that FRTs lack a disconnector, a component that would require the shooter to release and re-engage the trigger between shots. Hinshelwood apparently never used a force reset trigger, because if you just pull it to the rear, you get one shot and nothing else. It's not a machine gun. However, U.S. Circuit Court Judge Leslie Southwick, I listened to her and it was pretty good. She questioned his argument. She said, "It seems to me you're trying to get us not to focus on the trigger." She then pointed at the statute's wording, which hinges on single function of the trigger. Now, in the July ruling, U.S. District Court Judge Reed O'Connor, who is phenomenal, applied the Supreme Court's ruling in Cargill's precedent, concluding that because FRT-equipped guns reset the trigger after each shot. They do not fire more than one shot per trigger function and are therefore not machine guns. Spot on to the letter of the definition. He got it right. Now, Gary Lukowski, he's the attorney for NAGR in this case, and he argued that the government is overextending the statutory definition of machine guns. He said, if the government wants to ban FRTs, they should take that argument to Congress and seek to change the law. As it stands, FRTs do not meet the statutory criteria. And he's right. The panel includes U.S. Circuit Court Judges Leslie Southwick, who is a George W. Bush appointee, James Dennis, who is a Bill Clinton appointee, and Kurt Engelhardt, who is a Donald Trump appointee. Now, their decision could have broad implications for gun regulation and the scope of the ATF's authority. 29 states also sided against the ATF in this case, and they are Montana, West Virginia, South Carolina, Missouri, Florida, Iowa, Wyoming, Georgia, Ohio, North Dakota, Oklahoma, Virginia, New Hampshire, Tennessee, Texas, Kansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, South Dakota, Nebraska, Idaho, Kentucky, Utah, Alabama, Arkansas, Indiana, Alaska, and Arizona. And here's what these states told the Fifth Circuit judges. They said in their amicus brief, renegade agencies threaten our constitutional structure and can impose substantial harms on regulated parties and others, having veered off course into the regulatory wilderness and severed any ties to the statutes that give it life. ATF has again ignored its obligations under the APA and acted beyond the limits of its statutory authority. You are now up to date on the Force Reset Triggers case in the Fifth Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates on stories that matter. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care, America.